and welcome back to The Real Deal FCL, Real Deal of Real Estate with Mel and Bell. I'm Melissa Elwood with Mortgages With Me and Fairway Independent.
And I'm Sarah Bell with Gold Bell Real Estate. Thank you for coming back.
Today is relaxation and self-care.
First day of themes, that's right.
You wanted it, you got it, lady. Got it, let's go.
I'm not relaxed enough, though.
Well, I got another surprise for you in a minute. You're just going to have to hold your tatas or something, because I got some questions. Some questions. I had some things come up today. Or not today, but over the last week or so. So I got a lot of questions. One of them being, I looked at a listing for a borrower that sent it to me and said, hey, can you look this up and check into it? So I looked it up, and in one spot it says townhouse. In one spot it says condo. In another spot it says townhouse. What the what, Sarah? Like, why do people do that? Because they don't know?
I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, it went away.
Okay.
So, I know that when you're listing in the MLS, you can list a townhouse / condo under townhouse condo, and then also as residential. I think you have to pay an extra fee to list it twice, but some are so different, like they're detached or something. So it's kind of like a house, but you still might pay an HOA fee. So I've seen it that way.
This one specifically, in one spot, like in the top, it said townhouse. And then you go down to the property information and it says condo. And yes, there's an HOA fee, but there's typically HOA fees with both of them. So that's not out of the norm.
Could be the style of it. Because sometimes I would think a townhouse is like a 2-story. Mm-hmm. But if it's in a condo association, I don't know. I don't know where they're getting their info.
Okay.
That's all over the place, kind of. But.
Because this is one of the issues we've run into as lenders. They are different. We have to treat them different financing-wise. Condos, there's a lot more in-depth things as far as finding out and making sure that it's approved depending on which way you go in mortgage land.
Well, when we input a listing, it's drop downs. There's only so many things you can pick from. So that's a good point, and I can take it to our Marist board and tell them that maybe they should delineate these differently. If it's that.
That'd be.
They're always they'll fix things if it's not right, but
dude,
that's interesting.
Anytime, like, that trips us up all the time, because then a lot of times if you guys don't know specifically if it's a condo or a townhouse, we won't know until possibly we even get an appraisal back. And that's too late in the game.
I'll have to look at the fields you're talking about specifically and see if there is something that could be done, because they'll change it. They're always trying to actively keep up with what is happening for us.
Or like, if it is a condo, you have to list the HOA.
Not a required field.
It could be.
It should be. It's there, but you can literally leave it blank, and then it's like...
It should be required. If you hit condo, that should have to be filled out.
Yeah.
That would help our lives. That would help the borrowers' lives. In the beginning, so much better than waiting until...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like when I'm searching for people too, like I am literally picking, I want to look at condos or I want to look at townhouses. So I need the information to get input correctly. Otherwise, I may miss something good because somebody didn't put it in right. So it happens a lot. But yeah, we can follow up on that.
Okay, here's my other big issue and big question that came up.
Okay.
There's listing agents and there's buyer's agents.
Yeah.
So there's seller's agents and there's buyer's agents. And sometimes you run into realtors who don't do both.
Right.
Or they're on a team where it's split up. Why? Like...
So, buyer's agents, that agent's going to be driving all over and showing houses. Some agents don't want to do that part. That's literally the best I can say about that. Because we can do both. You can always do both. You can always help a buyer and a seller, and you can use your license in the whole state of Missouri. Like, you could be doing any of this, but if they don't want to, it probably means they don't like driving around, maybe. I don't I'm not sure. I'm not sure why you turn any business down right now when it's hard enough to just stay afloat with
unless they're
the competition.
I'm too old to work with the douchebags. Just so you know, don't call me.
Ooh, ouch.
Well, I mean, I love people, but
yeah,
like everybody has limits. I feel like. Okay, so now I have a part 2 to that question because I talked to a borrower the other day. Whenever I talked to him the other day, and they actually. I forget how they worded it, but they made it specific that they did not ever want to use one agent to buy and sell a house.
So I have heard that story before, and people feel like sometimes the agent who listed their home wants to double end the deal and represent the buyer as well. And in the past, I think, and probably still happens, they can basically get a bigger commission if they do that. So agents that people have had a bad experience with were purposely maybe not selling that house to other people just so they could double end it. Maybe not marketing it well, or maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say anybody's doing anything unethical, but so if they've had a bad experience and feel like that agent didn't represent them correctly so that they could make a bigger commission, this is why our industry has such a bad reputation, because stuff like that did happen, probably does happen. So I get it when somebody says that. But in the state of Missouri, we are allowed to be dual agents. Not every state allows that. They feel like you can't be fair to both sides. But I do think you can be fair if you follow the contract. If you're following what's written in the contract, there should be no reason why anybody's unhappy.
There's absolutely no question.
Yeah, you stick to what was written.
Because I, not even being in the industry, but even being outside looking in, I see that side of it, but I also look at things and go, oh, why wouldn't I call the listing agent? The listing agent should know everything about that house.
Yeah,
everything.
They could, but the buyer's agent also is going to be working in a little bit harder for their buyer. Totally. They know their situation, and they're going to, try to make it work for them as well, where the listing agent now went into it representing the seller more. But then again, I love it when I get both sides, because I feel like we can work things out. I know that buyer is secure and I know their loan's going through. I have no question because I know what's going on that side. Seller over here, we may be able to work something out where buyer, I need to move in some big furniture. Can I put it in the garage? Because my moving day, I have so much stuff happening that if I could just move these 2 giant dressers and just stick them in that garage, and then we work something out. Yeah, we'll let you have access to the garage, but we'll lock the door that goes into the house. Stuff can be worked out when you have control of both sides. To me, I love it.
I can see that also because if I were you, I would love it because then you're not dealing with other individuals who may not be so helpful, or you're chasing your tail trying to get a hold of somebody or get something figured out.
But I love a good agent on the other side too.
Well, yeah.
I love to see those buyer's agents. If I'm the lister, I love to see a buyer's agent get paid because I know how hard they work, how many probably months they've spent with these people. They deserve to get paid. And, when I get one under contract and the listing agent is cool and everything goes great, it's just it's even better than having both sides too, because it's everybody won. So I don't know. I like both.
Cool.
Both ways of business.
All right. Okay. I have one more final question because this happened to me actually.
Okay.
The other day also. Someone called me, an individual called me and asked me if buyers signed a contract and waived financing contingency. They were getting a little confused between financing contingency and appraisal contingency.
Okay.
But they were like, when you waive financial contingency, isn't that the buyer essentially saying, I am buying this house no matter what, even if it's for cash? I'm like, yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you're not contingent upon getting that loan or getting that financing. Have you seen that a lot?
Yeah, and we wanted to make an offer. One of my agents wanted to make an offer like that because the borrower was so strong that we knew their financing was so solid that we basically could act like we don't even need that contingency. But I didn't want to be dishonest to the other agent and be like, hey, we're cash, because we really weren't. Because then
it's
what would
still getting a loan.
Yeah, and what would they ask for? Proof of funds.
Right.
I don't have that. I'm getting a loan. I still need an appraisal. Yeah, I don't care what the appraisal comes back because this person has enough money that they can pay if it doesn't appraise. Yet again, I'm still going to at some point need to run an appraiser through here. So I'm trying not to be dishonest and be like, I'm cash.
Right.
When I'm not. But I'm so strong, I almost am cash. So how do you do that? Like we wrote it with the contingency, and that lender actually called and was like, I just, talked to the listing agent and let you know, like, this guy is so solid. Like, we kind of thought about waiving it, but we didn't want to be dishonest because we do need an appraisal.
So as a lender, and being at a company that has a cash guarantee, if your borrower is strong enough, we just send that letter to you guys. Yeah. So that you can mark that it's still contingent. However, here's your pretty much cash offer.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So but it's a lot of work to figure out how you're going to make the offer and what you're going to do to do the best thing for the client. Like, we really do go to great lengths for our clients, which is why it's exhausting sometimes.
Absolutely. And we need self-care.
You got to self-care.
So are you ready for what else I got for you for your self-care?
Guess. What is coming?
Oh, that didn't work.
What is it?
I am on a catching roll today.
Hair fairy is here.
I am on a catching roll today. I know how many things.
Producer Kay has a robe too. I'm just not in the camera.
At least it's not a Dorito one. I've done that already.
We're gonna relax.
Yeah, we need a little break. I mean, it has.
We'll be right back. Yeah, for your upper face and your lower face.
I have been called Two-Faced before.
Have you really? You were far from being two-faced.
Shoot! You can't look down though because the sucker slides right off. Definitely want to make sure the little flapper's out.
I feel like I need to lean on
it. Looks like Michael Myers.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we needed this.
It smells good.
This is what happens in the real estate world.
I don't even have a weekend. I'm jealous all the time of people who clock out.
Oh, I miss that. I do miss those days occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, who am I kidding? No, I don't. Not at all.
I know, me neither. I think we should really gear up with the self-care techniques to happen frequently because it's going to be a very competitive summer.
Oh, it's going to be a crazy year. Crazy 2024. You definitely have to take care of yourself. My biggest self-care thing I'm going to do this year is instead of all these breakfasts or lunches or coffees or all that bullshit that you spend $1 zillion on and it doesn't matter, I'm not doing it. I'm doing what I call walk and talks.
Oh, I like that.
Yep. So my network dating is going to be active. You want to hang out, you want to talk, you want to get to know each other, see how you can help each other, grow your businesses. Let's go on a talk. So yesterday actually, I went on a walk and talk around the Dove West County Mall.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, are you trying to walk, like, in the summer heat? Because I'm out.
No. When it's nice out, I'm going to be walking outside. But there's plenty of spaces indoors. You can walk, you can run, you can go work out, you can...
Great idea.
Go to BioFit. But do something active. Do something fun.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Self-care.
You're gonna meet up. And then let's not just eat all the time.
What we do?
I need to be losing some weight.
I asked you if you wanted to go rock climbing or something.
Yeah, I ain't trying to like pull a meniscus though. Rock climbing and networking at the same time. That's a good way for me to... The legs are going to do a split this way.
You're going to have to give me a hot minute.
No one's going to hire me, ever. I'm scary. I won't show up like this, I promise. What, take them off?
Yes, you can take it off now.
God.
I want it.
Oh, so goobery. I need something white with.
Your makeup actually is still on.
Well, then I'm just going to go with it. Great. Well, I think that's a great idea.
What are you going to do?
I need to make time for exercise more. Like, it's good for your body. It's good for your mental health. Plus, you get benefits from just everything.
Yeah, kick those in.
And I get so wrapped up sometimes with, I'm going to start my day with work. And it's like, but the thing is, I got to get up earlier. For real. Like, if you're going to work out, if you're going to make it a routine, you have to get up early and do it.
So that's part of my issue and problem.
I know.
I hate mornings.
Yep. I know.
And it sucks. It's like a catch.
But nobody needs you between like the hours of like 4 a.m. and 7:30.
Okay, let's be real. It's just 5:30, maybe. Just because the offspring gets up.
Oh, well, your family, yeah. Well, get a nanny. My first job was housekeeping.
You're a housekeeper?
Mm-hmm.
I need one of those too.
But no, ask my husband. I don't do a good job.
Okay. Did you ever work in fast food or retail?
Retail, yeah, no fast food. No. And only barely made it as a busser in a restaurant, never could advance.
You never worked in customer service actually and then decided to jump into real estate?
That's not true. Hey, I sold door-to-door internet. I can do anything before internet. Not creepy at all. So I think what we're all saying is just make sure you take care of you.
Yeah,
you know?
It is very important.
You can never start too early.
Make sure you take some time and take care of yourself. And when you get that commission check, you go buy yourself something nice.
And don't forget about your little friends.
And then put some in the for taxes too. Don't forget. Because you're going to get slammed later.
We're not talking about taxes right now, lady. I'll go into a depression. Well, that's all we got for this episode.
Yeah, the robes are nice. Maybe wear this more often. Coming up, though, we're gonna flip the script on these themed podcasts, and since you so sneakily planned this one, I'm getting you back next time.
Oh, before we check out, we got to get this on the calendar.
Oh my gosh, yeah, where's my card? Yeah, wanted to plug a client of ours. Loved them. They were wonderful to work with. He started his own, well, he's kind of always been doing it, handyman service. I mean, that is something everybody needs, like smaller jobs. I mean, if they get bigger, great. He does everything from lawn maintenance, gutters and downspouts, fence and deck repair, pressure washing, sewer drain cleaning. I mean, dude does painting, drywall, patch and repair, everything. We're going to be doing some door knocking around that neighborhood, letting all the neighbors know just how awesome he is and how close he is. And that's the kind of thing we do. When we team up for a client, we go the extra mile.
Always.
So, I know.
For the best.
I know some probably people are looking at me going, why are you door knocking at this point in your career? Because I do what I want to do.
And what we have to do.
And what we have to do. And I care about my client. I want him to succeed. We talked about this before. He's ready. If you want a power duo that'll door knock for you,
we will.
We ain't scared. Everybody else is too scared to be getting out there like this. I want to get this in the hands of everybody within a mile radius of his house.
Hate the weather.
If not more. Yeah. We'll be out. There'll be multiple trips.
Yes.
This is good for us. I mean, if we can catch people out and about just to have conversation.
And again, help the borrower who's actually already closed on his loan. So technically we're out, but yet we're still trying to help the borrower because he's good people.
Jeremy, told you I was going to give you a plug. We're coming to your neighborhood. You're about to see the door knockers. The door knockers are coming.
The real deal door.
The real deal door knockers. Okay, you might be a lucky one that gets on your door.
From the two of us. Thank you. Until next time.
See you next time on The Real Deal STL.